Is that any better at all? Okay, sweet. I think it had the wrong microphone, and you can't hear the game. Okay. I don't know why OBS keeps closing. Oh shoot. I need to mute myself. I have it open. Okay, sorry. Back to OBS. Display capture. Does display capture not capture the game? Do I need a game capture source? It is quite possible. I can mute the stream. Because I only hear the music when I'm tabbed into the game, and that does not seem to transfer over to the stream. New capture. Application audio capture. Beta. Sure. Capture Slay the Spire 2 audio. And we'll go ahead and try this, unmuting myself on Twitch. Okay, it sounds like that works only when I'm tabbed into the game, which should be most of the time. Here be nature calls, you can fix the game sound till then. Sounds good. I'm gonna go ahead and start the run. I am, again, trying to get through Ascension 1 on Defect and Silent, and I'm a little bit better at Silent than I am Defect. I'm not great at either, but deck thinning or early merchant. Early merchant looks like it's pretty good with a merchant available in one fight. Neutralize, defend. Strike, right. Thank you, by the way, Lyra Marlin. I don't know if you can hear me, but that is very helpful. I checked that a long time ago when I first started streaming, but that was many months ago, and I hadn't checked it in a while to make sure everything still worked. I think I can just double strike, yeah. Take dash. Dash is solid. It's not a great card, but it's solid. Early hunt. I do like. Strikes and defense, gain ethereal, gain extra gold. And early hunt is really appealing. Brutal that I have to pass up on all the artifacts here. And we'll go ahead and remove a strike from the deck. Keep on tracking. Taking a damage here. I think it's worth it to get a little bit of damage in and set up a nice hunt. 2 card packs here. Shiver Poison, the card we have set up. Dude, this double click is so annoying. So the card we have is Hunt and Dash. Not really wanting a poison build here. Shiv build is fun. Try to save 6 cards in hand. Is good if you're able to empty your hand consistently. I'm going to take Expose. I think Expose can be quite useful in a lot of decks. So I could dash the back guy, but then it would be kind of unnecessary. We could kill this guy for 1 mana. Then we could dash the big guy. I That's just the most damage we have, unfortunately. And this guy just does a lot of damage, which is why I want to hit him first. Apply 2 vulnerable, and then I can kill him in strike, or can I kill him in? I mean, I can kill him in strike hunt as well, and then just defend the slime. I can't kill the slime's turn, otherwise I would hit him. But then, yeah, he's just gonna throw a card in my deck and not attack me, which is very nice. Did do a strike. We're leading strike. Solid amount of HP lost so far. Again, another poison card, but right now, again, we've got Expose, Shiv, Hunt, Dash. The next skill you play costs 0. The most expensive skill we have is 1. We'll take Predator. Second card back. Infinite Blades? I'll take Infinite Blades. I do enjoy Infinite Blades. I do enjoy the Shiv package in general. Go ahead and start here with Leading Strike. And Dash is better than Double Block, but it's not better than Survivor Block. So we will Survivor, discard the Dash because I'm not able to afford it. Block. Get rid of all that damage there. Go ahead and expose our opponent here. Probably strike, defend, defend. We don't have enough cheap cards for Predator to be like super valuable yet, and I don't think it's worth taking damage. Attacks cost extra, that's fine. We'll Infinite Blades, we will weaken, and we'll defend. Taking a big amount of damage here, but we didn't really have a choice. Attacks are back to being a normal cost. Again, we want to block for 12, so we're going to pitch a strike, we're going to defend, we're going to strike Shiv. On one of these turns, if we get enough Shivs, like on a turn like this, we're going to go ahead and pop this Flex Potion to do a lot of extra damage and kill him. Maybe we could have done that without the Flex Potion. We would have had 15 damage less from where we were. I think we could have had it, and that's my bad. Serpent Form is very nice in a Shiv build, very beautiful. Upgrade a random card or heal 20. So we've got a lot of bad cards in our deck, so we're going to take the heal 20 here, and that way we can treat it kind of a campfire. We're missing 14, so we lose a little bit of healing value. Remove a card from your deck. Add Guilty. Yeah, definitely worth it this early. Cut another strike. And we'll go to Merchant, see if we can't find a cheap card here. Like Up My Sleeve or Infinite Blades here. We want both of these. Probably taking the Up My Sleeve. We've got an Infinite Blades. So welcome back, Lyra. Sorry I didn't see you when that message happened. I don't have any notifications set up or anything. Sorry about that. Do we want to take some time to upgrade a card? Serpent Form's really nice to upgrade, but it does cost a whole turn to play, which is gnarly. So we're not always casting it. But if it's between upgrading a card and then hitting a guy, I don't think we want to hit a mystery super quickly, or an unknown. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to hit up the Serpent Form. Make it a little bit more worth taking the damage that it comes with. This fight's nice for getting an early Serpent Form, because the enemy sits there and does nothing. How you doing, Larry Martin? Again, I wanted to say thank you. I didn't know, you probably couldn't hear me. Yeah, this is the new Slay the Spire 2. Thank you very much, by the way, for letting me know about that. I had checked it a long time ago when I first started streaming World of Warcraft, but it had been a long time since I had checked to make sure all my sounds were working. We can get a hunt here. Dash it would be nice, but one sec. Who's this gonna hurt? Yeah, we're gonna hunt this guy. We're gonna take a little bit of damage here from this guy, but I have not played Slay the Spire 1. This is my introduction to Slay the Spire. I had heard really good things about it, and you know, I'm really enjoying it so far. I've played quite a bit, probably like 30 hours so far. Yeah, I don't know. Great game. I really like it. Might check out Slay the Spire 1 at some point. Not 100% sure, but I don't know if Slay the Spire 1 is co-op, but one of my favorite things about this is being able to play it with my friends, you know. You have no idea what the game is about? Okay, so in general, you build a deck and you traverse through a map like this. Sorry, I can pull the map back up. This is Act 1. There's a total of 3 acts per run. At the beginning, you get some power-ups from a big ol' Ancient is what they're called. And you start with a deck that is 4 strikes, 4 defends, and then 2 other cards for the silent that we are, kind of like a rogue. We've got Neutralize to weaken our enemies for free, and we've got Survivor to gain extra block at the cost of the card. And there are some cards within the silent package that have Sly, which rewards you for discarding them. And so that's kind of one of the options you have for this character. This character I'm not super good at. This was one of my worst 2 characters, but I'm working on it. Probably gonna upgrade one of my Shiv cards for sure. Infinite Blades starting in my deck is nice, but the problem is if I start with Serpent Form in my hand, I'm always casting that first, and then I'm discarding these. I still think it's worth doing, just so we always have something to do on turn 1, but let it be on the record. Sounds good. Do you get the cards randomized, or can you use any card anytime? Yeah, so you can kind of see we've got a deck. So far our deck is 22 cards, and yeah, you draw 5 normally, but since we're the silent, our special power that we start with is at the beginning of each combat, on the very first turn, which we just entered, we get 2 additional cards. So we have a 7-card hand, whereas every other class would only have 5 cards right now. Sorry, my headphones are really being annoying here. I'm gonna go ahead and throw a leading strike. I don't know. I don't think I can kill. No, I can just throw a Shiv. I don't know who the most annoying is, so we're gonna go for the guy with the most health. And I don't think it's worth exposing quite yet. Yeah, so right now kind of what we're doing with this deck is we're trying to play these cards that give us Shivs. So we just played a Power last turn, and a Power is something that stays in play. What we played is Infinite Blades. We've got 2 of them, so we could play another one. And every turn it's going to give us this 0 mana card that deals 4 damage, or 0 energy, I suppose. The resource is energy. So we're going to throw out another one of those, so next turn we'll get 2 Shivs. We're going to throw a Shiv at this bat guy, and then we're going to use this card that we were holding on to called the Hunt. Since it's fatal, once we finish this combat, the special ability of that card is you get an extra pack, a card pack at the end of the combat. It doesn't do that much damage compared to other cards, and it only is usable once you cast it. So if you can try to set it up, it's pretty nice. And our deck is pretty good at setting that up, just by nature of having a bit more defensive cards so we can stall the combat. Which card is the best you got? Well, for this run we've been playing for like 11 minutes. The best card I've got in this deck is definitely Serpent Form, so I can show you what that does since I just drew it. Whenever I play a card, I get to deal 5 damage to a random enemy. And we just got this. It works really nice with this Shiv build we've got going. So I'm going to go ahead and play a card, and then Serpent Form is going to hit that guy for 5. These guys had a power that makes them take 1 damage the first time you hit them, which is why it didn't look as good. We're going to go ahead and try to hit this bat guy because he is hitting us for more damage. Our Serpent Form disagrees with us though, so our Serpent Form is going to hit this guy twice. Unfortunately, we're going to take some extra damage because our Serpent Form missed twice, but that's okay. We finish it up this turn because we get 2 free Shivs. And every time you beat all 3 acts, you get to ascend. And so I've beat all 3 acts the first time, and so I'm playing on Ascension 1, which means that there's more elites. Did you start playing this the day it came out? No, I didn't. I started playing this probably about a week ago, maybe like 6 days ago, with my friends, and I think it came out probably 2 weeks ago. I think I had seen some like YouTube videos of people posting about the game 7 days ago when I started playing, which is kind of what I'm using as my reference. But I'm not for sure. I suppose I could look it up. And did Slay the Spire 2 come out? March 5th, and I started playing. Yeah, so definitely. Yeah, you absolutely can, Lyra, and that's my favorite thing about this game, is I'm not a big player of single-player games, but, you know, I do sometimes, but it's actually not PvP. PvP would be pretty cool. Right now the game's in early access. Maybe there will be PvP eventually, but for now it's just PvE, where you can team up with your friends, and all the enemies will have double health, and they attack everybody, so they don't do double damage. But what's cool about everybody having playing at the same time against these monsters is working your cards in together, right? So like if I apply vulnerability and I make them take extra damage, I can use it on my friends. And then there's some multiplayer specific cards. I don't have any because I'm in single player, but there's some cards that say like the next time one of your friends attacks, it does double damage and things like that. Oh yeah, I think PvP would be super cool. I don't know exactly how it would work, but I think it would be fun if like you both did like Act 1 at the same time, and at the end of Act 1 you guys fought each other. I think that would be pretty cool. But yeah, I think that would be something I would definitely play around with. I don't think my friends, just knowing who they are, I don't think my friends would be the biggest fan of it, but I think it would be really cool. So we played a power that lets us retain a card. Normally you discard your whole hand every turn, but since we played Well Laid Plans for an energy, now we get to hold on to the hunt every turn rather than discarding it, which lets us set it up quite nicely. No serpent form still, which is a little unfortunate. We're going to expose him. I should have done that before through the first 2 shivs. And then we're going to get hurt. We are going to get hurt quite a bit here for 18. You can see what they intend to do up here. Most of the time they attack, sometimes they buff. But this guy is hurting us. I have enough damage here? Yeah, I do. And we get to kill it with... This is an elite fight, so he looked harder because he drops a relic. Sorry, I didn't talk about those yet. Relics are right up here. You start with 1 based on who you picked at the beginning. And then you get 1 at the beginning of the game, or you can get... You always get 1 at the beginning of the game from the Ancient at the very bottom of each act down here. And then Strike Dummy we got from our first elite here. And Anchor, we got Strike Dummy from this treasure room, which is where you get relics. You also get relics from doing elites. So we did a frog parasite to get this Anchor. The Anchor gives us 10 block on our first turn. This guy gives us the Courier, which says the merchant no longer runs out of cards, relic, or potions, and his prices are cheaper. That's pretty awesome. Normally the merchant has 1 of each. Now we get to do it several times. The only thing we can't do is remove cards from our deck several times. And that's one of the cool things about merchants is we can thin out our decks a little bit. So here we open a rare card, double your block this turn, but at the cost of 1 mana, I don't think it's really worth it because we don't have a lot of block in our deck at this point. We have 5 defense and a dash. And it would be good to do this into dash, but taking a whole card and making our deck less consistent, I don't think is worth it. Knife Trap is exactly what we're looking for. This is now one of the best cards in our deck. What happens when you complete all the floors? You get a powerful card. So what happens when you complete all the floors, and I don't think I can go to it from here. Oh, I kind of can. What happens when you complete all the floors is, if I save and quit here, you get what are called epochs on the timeline here. And so whenever you score a certain amount of points or you beat the game on a certain difficulty, you unlock new cards. So for example, beat Act 3 3 times. It doesn't tell you what you win. Okay, it does down here. This is how we unlocked game modes or custom game modes. Over here, by beating Act 3, all the floors with the Ironclad, the warrior, we got these 3 unlocks. And so these are new cards, new potions, new relics that we can find. And so each of these are things that we've done, like arise is just, we've played enough games, we've accumulated enough score, we've done well enough over time. It builds up to unlock these 3 cards. But in general, you don't get like one powerful card because the game restarts every time. And so you unlock cards in the sense that now you can see those cards when you do a new run, but those cards aren't going to be like something that you can take into the fight. And so, you unlock the ability to discover new things, but you don't quite just scale, which is, what makes it a roguelike. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to rest at this campfire here right before I go into this boss. Okay, this boss, the first 9 times he takes damage, he only loses 1 HP, which is really brutal. We're going to play our Infinite Blades here. That's going to get us a lot of little instances of damage. Another thing this boss is going to do is he's going to have 3 attacks, and on the 3rd attack he's going to do a lot of damage, and he's going to give us nerfs in our deck. Cards that don't do anything when we draw them. And so some of these cards will be blanked by his big attack on turn 3. We already have 10 block from the anchor, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to just hit him to pop one of his slippery stacks. And every turn we're going to draw 2 shivs to get rid of 2 of these. I think this turn I think we're just going to well-laid plans into double leading strike. We're going to eat a lot of these slippery stacks. In fact, he's not going to be slippery at the end of this turn, but we are going to take a full 12 damage, which is a lot of damage. Where are you from? I live in Wyoming, one of the 0 people who live out here. But I like it. It's quiet, and yeah, I don't know. I like quiet. Enemies lose 1 strength. I think that's probably worth it. Where are you from, Lyra Marlin? Just pretty much, it's just you and I here. Don't feel like that's too harsh of a question. Sorry, I didn't hear that right. I'm from Wyoming. From the United States. We're going to retain this knife trap. This replays all of our shivs that we've played this game. Shivs don't get stuck in your deck. They get removed when you play them. What about you? Ooh, very nice here. We've got Serpent Form. And so he's taking a turn off to buff himself. So we're going to apply Vulnerable, so he takes 50% more damage, and we're going to throw some shivs at him. Next turn, we're probably going to throw the shivs, and then we're going to knife trap to probably kill him. From North Carolina, nice to meet you. Yeah, thank you very much. It is nice to meet you. You are the first person I've ever I've ever caught in my chat. I've had a couple people in my chat, but because I don't have notifications, I never catch them on time, which is really unfortunate. I feel bad sometimes. Very nice. We beat the boss, and since we did, we're going to be able to heal to full to the end of this fight. Wow. Discard your hand, 1 card, 1 shiv for every card that you discarded, or another knife trap. Wow. Knife trap is very good, but Stormsteel feeds into knife trap really nicely. By the way, you got 12 followers. I do. Yeah, I've been playing a while. Every once in a while, people come in. I think a lot of them are my friends because I'm using accounts that my friends know about, and so whenever I stream, my friends get like an email or whatever. I do suspect that that's a lot of it, but I do have 12 followers. It's pretty nice. Thank you if you are one of them. I've been streaming for a little bit, but I'm not very consistent. It's usually just when I'm in the mood and when my roommate's out, because I don't want to be a bother to my roommate. We're going to go ahead and we're going to upgrade 4 cards. We're going to upgrade Knife Trap for sure. I think that upgrade and play. Yeah, absolutely. Turns these into Shiv pluses. Probably worth it. An extra Shiv. And we don't want to upgrade Neutralize. Did not mean to click on Neutralize. Where are you? Neutralize is up here. We want Knife Trap, Storm of Steel, Up My Sleeve, and Infinite Blades. Very nice. Yeah, I guess in my description it says rank 1 Alawi, Wyoming. I play League of Legends sometimes. I've played a lot of League of Legends. I can't undersell that. And I was ranked 49 in North America on Alawi, so roommates? I thought you had a family. I mean, I have a family. I just live with a roommate right now. But I do, in fact, have a family. Unfortunate. We really do want to play this servant form here. We also kind of want to play Storm of Steel. Yeah, my family, lives in the area, but, I just don't live with them. Oh, man. Brutal. Serpent form sets us up really well, but these are all of our cards that we want to be set up with. I think we're going to Blades, and then Storm Steel to turn these all into Shivs. And we're doing this to set up our Shiv trap later. It does cost us a bit of damage. I think you should make a DC community where you can announce where you live. A DC community. I'm not sure what that means. DC community where you can announce where you live. I'm not sure what you mean by that. I'm sorry. Oh, a Discord? Is that what you meant? A server on Discord where you can announce where you live? I don't know. I'm not trying to tell everybody where I live. You asked and you seem normal enough. I mean, in general, I told you the state I live in. But I don't know if it's something. Oh, when you're live, not where you live. I'm so sorry. I'm not a great reader. Sorry. Yeah, I absolutely could. I don't use Twitch a lot. Does it tell people when I'm live if they follow me? Does it give them a notification? I know my friends have got notifications when I'm live on YouTube because I double stream. I don't know if Twitch has a notification system like that. Do you happen to know? Twitch really annoys the notification when people have their notification turned off. Yeah, that's fair enough. I could look at creating a server. To be honest, I'm not sure how realistic streaming is for me. I enjoy doing it just because I figure when I'm at home streaming or when I'm at home playing video games, I might as well, be putting myself out there, kind of like casting a lazy fishing pole. But I don't think it's something that will ever turn into something. If it's something that you're interested in, I guess I could add you on Discord, but I don't have people who are looking to tune into my things, and most of the time what I'm streaming is pretty boring, right? When I'm streaming leveling in World of Warcraft, it's usually just me listening to music and leveling, and I'm not a great narrator for games like that. But if it's something you'd be interested in, I could add you on Discord, I suppose, and if I ever create one, I could invite you to it. But right now, streaming's not on the menu, I guess, as a really big thing for me. Just kind of intermittent, I guess. Twitch do have the notifications, but not like YouTube. When you subscribe to a channel and you live post your videos, Twitch gives you a notification even when you watch a stream and don't follow. Yeah, sure, we can do that. Yeah, I'd be down. My Discord is the same as... No, it's not the same as my Twitch. I lied. I didn't do the funny characters for Twitch. I can go ahead and send you my Discord. I do not mind. I don't know if there's a number or something. How does the friend request look on Discord? Just Discord username? Alright, here you go. That is my Discord username. That's my username in pretty much every game, but I just didn't use it on Twitch and YouTube because I figured in the unlikely event anybody did want to look me up, typing weird characters is probably not something that they're trying to do. This guy's going to go ahead and apply Thorns on himself, which is really bad against our deck. So we're going to wait him out on this turn, which stinks losing these shivs, but we cannot afford to take 5 damage every time we attack him. Considering drinking a potion here, these aren't super important potions, and discarding these shivs lets us redraw them later, so I don't mind this too much. Cast this Survivor, discard any of these, really. It can't be your username, must be a display name because of those fancy characters. You're right. You're right. I think you are right. Lyra Marlin. Sounds good. Good. Do that real quick. Again, thank you very much for coming in and chatting. You don't feel obliged to stay or anything. Serpent form. He no longer has thorns. We're going to throw everything at him. Take a bunch of damage here, but sometimes that happens. Sweet. Game collection, you also play League. What do you play in League? How much is this going to do? Is this going to do too much? I think this is going to do too much. Whatever. You used to? Oh, that's fair. That's fair. It is one of the games worth quitting, I think. Do you like aloe vera a lot? Funnily enough, I'm allergic to aloe. I just made this username when I was like 13, because my name in real life is Alec, and I thought the OE symbol was, it kind of looked like a CE symbol, and so, using like the edgy letters, it was like, oh, it kind of says Alec a little bit. It's got all the same letters. And so I made that for Overwatch back in like 2017, and I don't know. Just been using it ever since. And yeah, I'm allergic to aloe, so I figured, putting a picture of it was, I don't know, something. Because, later I realized the CE symbol is what I thought it was when it was an OE symbol. So we could buy bronze scale, but, man, I don't know if it's worth it. Do we have another merchant coming up? I have a lot of aloe vera plants in my garden. Yeah, I suppose I shouldn't say I'm allergic to aloe vera. I think I'm allergic to aloe vera. I had an allergic reaction to a aloe vera serum. Not serum. Serum's probably the wrong word. But an aloe vera lotion I applied on one of my sunburns. So it could have been any of the ingredients, but it was an aloe vera lotion I applied. So maybe a little bit of a fib there. I think it's the aloe vera, but I don't know. You don't know it yet? I mean, I haven't tried it again. I'm not eager to break out in rashes again. Not quite trying to experiment too hard. Obtain 2 random relics, and I give him the courier. Hell no, I'm not giving him the courier. I'll trade him the swift potion for potion belt, sure. It could be a chemical in the lotion. Yeah, I think that's probably a bit more likely than being allergic to aloe. I guess, it's a little bit easier to say I'm allergic to aloe vera because I'm in general allergic to applying the general aloe vera lotion. But yeah, you're absolutely right. It most likely is one of the chemicals, because there is a lot of chemicals in those things. We can go ahead and weaken the guy hitting us twice. It'll save us the most damage. And save the vulnerable for later. I need new headphones, dude. These not even dead, the sound keeps going out. How much are we taking here? We're taking a lot of damage. What is this creature? This is an elite, and I think we're dead to it, actually. Yeah, this guy is hurting. If we kill one of the pieces too early, one of the segments, it'll revive in a turn if the others are alive. By the way, why don't you stream much? Mostly because a couple reasons. A, sometimes I'm feeling lazy. Sometimes, my roommate's here, right? And whenever my roommate's here, I don't want to be talking out loud because he's just in the next room, and I don't want to be annoying. I don't have like soundproofing. I don't know. Those are the two biggest reasons. So whenever my roommate's at work, I hop on stream for a little bit. But a lot of the times it's kind of a thing where I don't want to be. I don't think annoying is the right word because that's kind of like a. But like sometimes I'm streaming boring games. Do you have a night shift? I work a really weird job where I work 48-hour shifts. So I normally have like 5 days a week off. And this spring break I have 7 days off because I worked some weird shifts around the spring break. Yeah, I know it's gnarly, but it's I like it because I get to front load all my work and then have a nice week off. Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm just dead here, coming in for 30 damage. Nothing I can do about it. I have to give up this run. Only had one block there. What type, if you don't mind? I work as a direct support staff, so I take care of a mentally challenged person. So I just, I live in his house for 48 hours. And, take care of him. And then when I'm off, I go hiking and play video games. And I wanted to go do a lot more hiking this spring break, but tonight, I suppose, in under an hour. Hold a message. Oh. Automod. It's the first time I've ever seen Automod. Oh, no worries. No claws, buddy. No claws, dude. Hey. Hey. What did I say, dude? Hey, ow. Alright, well, we got a decent start to the run. Ow. I have got to go do a couple things. If we could kill this, that would be quite awesome. Nice. We just saved 11 damage by striking rather than defending. Yeah, we still take 7, but better than 11. What did they say? We could kill that, or we could double block. Yeah, I wouldn't have died. Very nice. A decent start. We're gonna go and heal. We're gonna get a full value heal. And then Lyra Marlin dipped out, and no worries. That is just fine. I'm gonna go ahead and save and quit. Because I got a thing to do at 6, and I got something I gotta do before that. Thank you for watching if you ever watched this VOD. And I will see you later.